Hello everyone, my name is Jinjutha Saeung. Today I'm going to present you about the cost of a dead around the world project analysis. So first, let's start with the table of content. Today I'm going to present you about the project overview, data analysis, conclusion, and suggestions. First, let's start with project overview. This study is focusing on analyzing the cost of the dead around the world from 1990 to 2019, a period of over 30 years. Diseases that have arisen as a result of advancement and the impact on every part of our life as well as lifestyle-related disorder. The effect on the pandemic on people's lives has just been seen by the entire world. Beyond the pandemic, there are several additional elements that affect our daily lives and have an impact on our decision-making. Using this historical data spanning 30 years, this study aimed to comprehend the global destruction brought on some of these new diseases. Okay, so first, let's have a look on the dataset overview. The datasets contain historical data on various causes of mortality for people of all ages worldwide. And the data gained from the Global Burden of Disease is a major global study on the cause of death and disease, and this data are published in the medical journal, The Lancet. These estimates of the annual number of deaths datasets are shown here, with the structure that's shown here, as you can see. And first of all, let's start with the overview of this dataset. Cost of death around the world, as can be seen in this pie chart. The top 3 causes of death are cardiovascular disease, neoplasm, and chronic respiratory disease. So next, let's moving on to the top countries that are affected by varied causes, focusing on the top 3 causes that I just said and some of interesting causes I should have a look at. So first, cardiovascular disease. According to this tree map, we can see that China, India, and Russia are the top 3 countries that are affected by these problems. Coronary heart disease are the problem about heart and the system. And the main cause of death are from the heart and blood vessel disorder, as well as CVDs. Heart attack and stroke are counted as death for these problems. The increasing trend can be seen on China and India due to the high blood pressure and unhealthy activity that happen in these 2 countries. But for the Russia have a decreasing number of deaths in this problem since they have a program called health program that help with this problem. So the number of deaths are slightly decreasing over the time from 2003. So next, neoplasm. According to this tree map, China, USA, and India are the top 3 countries that are affected by neoplasm. Neoplasm is a mass of tissue that develops abnormally when the cells do not die on schedule or expand and divided more often than they should. Malignant neoplasm can also begin to cancer. Although the beginning of neoplasm, if it's not large, it is not danger. So let's have a look at the data here. Here we got the increasing trends in three of them. Since neoplasm is a problem that can be seen in developed countries. Next, the chronic respiratory disease. According to this tree map, China, India, and the USA are still the top 3 of this problem. The chronic respiratory disease have an impact on lung, airway, and other pulmonary structure. The most prevalent one included pulmonary hypertension, asthma, and a lot of things like COVID-19 are also counted as chronic respiratory diseases. So let's have a look at data here. In China, we have an decreasing trend on the problems, but still a high number. And India and USA have a high numbers in the air pollution and people's living, like uh, smoking and the traffic, something like that. And here let's have a look on the difference between poor and rich country. So I use the data from the poorest country called Burundi and the richest country called Luxembourg. Um, Here we can see that um, it is significantly different here because um, the rich country have gained non-communicable disease, but the poor country remain on infectious disease. Next, this is an interactive map that shows the top cause of death for individual countries. As can be clearly seen, the cardiovascular disease are the main cause of death around the world, while some underdeveloped countries facing problems with diarrhea disease and HIV/AIDS deaths. To sum up, the geography, wealth, and way of living for each country have connection with the cause of death. The poor country and the developed country have a very different cause of death because the healthcare are not developed like the other countries. Lastly, the suggestion. If I'm the WHO professional, I will develop the healthcare development plan for each country, since there are various causes of death that can be prevented by improving the healthcare in that country. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.